Oh, I just got back from school. I just had English 122 research paper class, and figured I'd do a video response to a question I got. The question is, my students have lots of problems with their pronunciation. How do I solve this? And she is, I believe, a Mandarin teacher, Mandarin Chinese, and she wants to know how she can help her students, with pronunciation. So that's what this whole video is going to be about, is getting your pronunciation to an understandable level. And, when I first started learning German, like I said in my previous videos, I listened to music and read along with the lyrics, because my favorite band was like Rammstein. I also listened to a band like Die Apokalyptischen Reiter and Deichkind, different kind of German bands that read along the lyrics. And, reading along with the text, not only did I get really familiar with how the language sounds, but I learned how to read it and stuff. I learned all the sounds to the language, even ones that weren't in the English language, such as like the word Bauch, that's stomach. You got the in it. Like the German word for China is China. That's how I've heard people pronounce it, China. You can also say like Buch or Gedacht. Ich mache. You get that sound. That was never in English. And that one took me kind of some time to acquire. And so the main thing really with pronunciation is listening. That's my opinion anyways. I think listening is the most crucial part of learning a language. It's more important than anything else when you're trying to study a language. Listen, 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 listen. Right now I'm trying to, learn Chinese. Mandarin Chinese. And Mandarin Chinese is different than English in a lot of ways, especially in pronunciation. And there's some sounds in Chinese that aren't in the English language. And so it takes me time to learn them. And the biggest help for me is listening, to people speaking the language. And another thing with Chinese, too, that makes it hard to pronounce is you also have to worry about the tone of voice. Like, it's a language with tonalities. And you gotta listen, listen, listen to get those tones to sound like normal and not weird, if that makes sense. Like, I got 2 books right now that I'm using to learn Chinese. I got this one, which is from the Colloquial series. It's Mandarin Chinese. And the first thing it starts out with are, let's see if you can see it, the speech sounds. Like, initial sounds and finals. And yeah, it starts right out with pronunciation, and I think that's pretty good. I also have this one from Living Language, which Mandarin Chinese, and the first thing this one starts out with is pronunciation. Right here. First thing. It's pinyin pronunciation. And, I like that, because with Chinese, since it's pretty different than English, to start out with pronunciation is, I think, the way to go, because, I don't want to move on until I'm able to pronounce the sounds correctly. I think it'd kind of be pointless. And what I do is, there's CDs that come with both of those books, and it goes through like all the different sounds, all the different initials and whatnot. So I just listen, listen, listen. It's like when you listen to your favorite song. Eventually, if you listen to it enough times, that song's going to be stuck in your head, where you can, hear it go playing in your mind. And it's like the same way. If I listen to the recording over and over and over, I get the guy's voice stuck in my head and exactly how he says things. And then I'm able to, reproduce it. Right after he says it, I'll try and say it. And I'll realize if I'm close or pretty far off and not sounding right.